Okay, guys. We gotta go out to pick up my post-op medication. And, oh my God. And you can see it's gonna rain. Look at that. Rainy, rainy. Rainy, rainy. I gotta run into the Dollar General and get a few things for the trip. The trip, it's hard to believe it's 4 days. 4 days until we have surgery. Woo! I'm nervous. And my head is plugged on one side. I better not be getting sick. So I better get some emergency and start chugging it. And then, tonight's the last night. Yes, I know my windshield is filthy. Tonight's the last night I'm going to have any food. I'm just going to have emergency and some coffee. Because they don't do, get this. Oh, let me show my age. They don't do those pre-op clean-out kits anymore. I'm like, dude, you're going to do a Da Vinci on me, blow up my stomach, my abdomen with CO2, stick metal tubes with pinchers on them and cauterizing tips, and you don't want my bowels cleaned out? He goes, oh no, we don't do that anymore. What? Yeah, well, Mama here ain't gonna be eating, just drinking, liquid diet, some broth. We'll just make some cubes. And none of that. Actually, we probably shouldn't do cubes. They have MSG, and then I'll get bloated. Fuck. Just, how about, well, if I do Gatorade, I can't do red. God, he's tall. Yeah, wow. But, see, that's my theory, is tonight I eat something. They said no food after midnight, right? Okay. And then, he said, I could take my meds with a sip of water, no coffee. Oh, first thing I'm going to do when I wake up, coffee. Gotta get the hubs in on that. Have it on standby. Iced coffee, standby. I'm gonna have to write a schedule for him to take care of Milo. Wow. I just want it to be done. I just want it to be over and done with. The ride home is going to probably suck. But, okay, so I want to talk to you about a couple things. Yes, I saw Andy's morning thing where Lori called the cops. I told someone in the comments yesterday, you can look at Lori's history. Look at how many states she's lived in. This is a woman who, when she gets cornered by the truth, runs. She runs. She may talk like a badass. She never faces consequences. She never is strong and brave. She instead tucks tail and runs to another state. And she's dragging those kids. If she really cared about those kids, I mean, we've all heard it in her live streams. Those kids laugh with Andy. They're comfortable with him. They call him dad. He takes good care of them from what we see. And like I said a couple months ago when they had the eviction blowout, if the CPS worker and the sheriff's deputy are standing there and they place those two girls with an unrelated adult male, then there's something wrong with her, and nothing in their eyes wrong with him. You know, the cops and CPS are not going to be liable for an unrelated male adult to take 2 teen girls and have temporary custody of them. I mean, not in the legal sense, but they're living in his house, not Lori's. So just think that over. You know, I think people get so frantic and so involved that they overlook the basics. You know, you got to get down to the root of the problem, the root of the situation. And the situation is that governmental agencies do not believe Lori is a good custodial parent because they place those girls temporarily with Andy. And those girls are at the age where they can actually give their opinion to a judge in court or in chambers, but they can give their opinion as to who they would like, who they feel safest living with, who they want to live with. Doesn't mean the courts are going to do that, but the judge always takes into consideration. Each state has a different age, but the one kid is 14. That is old enough. So the judge does take into consideration where the child themselves feels safest. You know, the judge also has to weigh, is this a home that just allows a teen to do whatever they want? And obviously that is not true, considering we heard what Andy said about the carnival. Raindrops. So, you know, hearing Lori screaming outside, and boy, she never expected Andy to get on TikTok, did she? Never. She just never thought that there would never be a day she'd be called on her shit on TikTok. I love it. Love it. You know, that is just chef's kiss. So I'm sure we're going to see blowout after blowout. Lori's saying she's going to run with the girls. And, you know, if that's true, then she doesn't give a crap about those kids at all. You know, Faith is already having trouble with depression and anxiety, and this woman wants to rip her from a parent. Oh, shit. Is it hail? I do not do well in hail. It's the only thing I don't like. Cacophony of water. So I guess we have to wait and see. If Lori runs, she's going to run to one of her supporters, and they'll be sorry. She's acting so erratically that and absolutely so irresponsibly for a mother that even if she isn't using, she is not helping her case for saying she's sober, because of these actions are just ridiculous. Think of your kids first, please. Jesus. So, yes, I know I need windshield wipers. This one has a tail. I didn't think it was going to rain. It's not my car. And yes, dog, I'm sorry we haven't cleaned out the cubby hole in the dashboard. That's all mine. The other thing like I've said, I'm not an awareness channel. I don't know any of these people. I don't plan to know any of them. This is literally like a reality show that we watch, a soap opera, a telenovela. We just watch. We're just watching the TV on TikTok. That's it. I have no intention on going IRL. I may suggest, like, Lisa's dad should go take a drive around the street. I mean, if it was my kid, even at 40, I probably would, just to drive by and honk and wave so that they knew I was watching. But that doesn't mean I would ever suggest it. Mail them something. Call a neighborhood watch. Call the police. Unless you see somebody in imminent danger. Don't go real life. You don't know these fucking people. You're hearing one side of a story. One side. There's 3 sides to every story. You know, if you're getting this involved, you need to take a step back. So I know a lot of people have said, oh, you should collab with so-and-so. I may like what they do online. I mean, I like watching videos or whatever. I really don't have a lot of time to watch anything but what I normally watch, okay, which is not always these ding-dongs. I think y'all know I love Emma and Olaf. I love seeing what Big Barb is lying about today. I love looking at auroras. I love looking at places to, you know, possibly move to, at least visit. I like looking at off-grid stuff. There's a lot. I love dog videos and nature videos and shit like that. I don't just sit on beggars. That is unhealthy. Diversify your watch playlist, you know? I love history. I love, you name it. I like learning new things. So just don't just watch the beggars. You're going to burn out. They're not going to be as fun. And trust me, if you watch them twice a week and you walk away and say you leave for 2 weeks, when you come back, it's just like the old Days of Our Lives or Young and the Restless. I swear to God, you're going to turn YouTube on, you're going to turn Nookie on, and Lisa's going to be doing the same old bullshit. They don't change. Even what they say isn't going to change, okay? So, protecting yourself and your brain is way more important than what so-and-so is doing. Jesus God. Yeah, you might miss something happen. But in the big picture, is that really going to affect your life? Does your life depend on what... Oh, those trees are pretty. Does your life depend on what Andy and Lori are doing? Sure, it might be fun. I personally like when I save up and then I binge watch all of them, because often better videos come out, better coverage comes out. You know, if you ever notice, like, you can see Mickey Mouse Fan will have an 18-minute, this is just an example, 18 minutes of Lisa begging. And then Kai has 20 minutes of Lisa begging. But then Nookie will have 24 minutes. If you sit and wait and let it fester, more and more will come out, and you'll see longer videos with more stuff. That's what I do. And if it's like a blowout like Andy and Lori, this is kind of one of those situations where I want to sit back and I want to I want to let it ruminate for a while on itself, because more shit's gonna come down. So why not sit and watch it all when it happens? Okay, guys, this was part 1. I'm gonna leave y'all by the propane box. I don't think I can leave you going, because it'll... Oh, look, don't you travel with dog treats? I do. It's going to probably take too long. So let me go in and I'll be right back. Okay? Okay. Here.